sharp steel. Bang, bang. Check out that rubber scrap. Took care. Great. Don't push yourself too hard around here. It can be rough. So much damage. That there's the guppy. Might be some mule-catching gear in there. Wood scrap. The one kind of scrap you could actually still find growing. That this area still looks like this is kind of marvelous. You have the grace. Rubber scrap is too much fun. So stretchy. E-waste, the stuff you need. Carving it up. We are lonesome animals that spend all our life trying to be less lonesome. Plastic scrap like that over there could be useful. The Surge Surf Factory. Keep your eye out for Wiz while you're here. Let's see. Toxanol's mining led to mass deforestation and increased global warming, as nature couldn't absorb the carbon dioxide and greenhouse gas emissions without the trees. These irreversible changes to the climate also contributed to the evolution and modified our genetic code. Wuz isn't easy on the tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days. Says it's good to see you again. He's Wiz. You might remember him from the old days when he let you try his octopod? Wiz remembers you were such a cheery kid, and he's glad to see that light hasn't faded from you, despite the years. But Wiz understands it was a long time ago, and memories get murkier the deeper you go, but says it helps to have friends with you to plumb those depths. He set up camp at the foot of the Tree of Life. It's gotten more difficult for it to find defenseless prey, as it's already eaten most of them. Wiz says our memory keeps things for us, preserves them until we are ready to face them again. He knows you've returned to face Lupa Lupin, and that confrontation is as inevitable as the tides. He's not surprised that the loss of your family could plunge you into the depths forever, but you've always been able to rise like a bubble to the surface, no matter what. He knows that though the tides of history may push you in one direction, you can always lay your own course. Ultimately, it's your choice. You were the one to be wronged and have lived with the consequences. He believes in consequence as it's a direct result of action. Asks if you ever think about freedom and whether any of us really has it. Did you make the decisions that brought you here, or are you just a pawn of fate? Glad to hear that. He only wishes he was that sure about himself. Amazed the world is going to continue on, but happy to hear it. Still so many things to invent. Impressed that you fought so hard to keep the world spinning. Thinks you were smart to join with the Myriad. They have a rainbow of ways to approach any problem. Says they're unified in the ways that matter. But that's not nearly as important as this. Wiz says that you should let the past dwell in the depths, but there's something else down there too, gnawing at the Tree of Life. He's named it the Merc Puff. This is why he's tinker-tonkering with the octopod. But the lid got stuck, so he needs a big enough tug twister to open it up and let you a-going. He can't leave the surge station, so you must help him find a tug twister. There's a wound-up mecha Fingro in the mecha stadium that still has one stuck on its back. Find it, and you'll find the tug twister. He found it stranded on a shore nearby and got Gizmo to help tow it here so they could get to work on it. Toxanol probably made it to go under surf and see the damage they've caused for themselves. History is nothing but a series of stories. Look at the notices on that board. No one paid much attention to them, it looks like. Wiz should be around here somewhere, probably taking care of his guppos. A surge surf factory was one of the cleaner ways to make power, until the surf turned into goo and clogged it all up, that is. The thicker the surf became with goo, the more the machinery clogged up and stopped working. Like most things from the bygone. There are sure to be more tracks around here, maybe by the shore. You could try living in harmony with what you can't see. Nice shot. Flash the slash. Impressed you found that, despite all the goo. This place has held power for a long time. In many ways, it still does. That would require cleaning up all the goo. Glad you found that track. There's a lot to learn about this world, both here and beyond. Enjoy the darkness while it lasts. to seek and destroy. This place used to be full of the living. What a blow! You found a bric-a-brac that's not absolutely flat. Super effective. Bullets everywhere. Ah, see that e-waste? Always handy. Might not need that now, but you will later. The tribes need someone to unite them. Don't want to point a finger, but the meta stage is weird here. Every little bit helps. Well, what do you know? That's shut and good. Bolted shut. There are tough times ahead, no matter where you go. You could put that to good use. Biohazard makes your skin crawl. You need to loosen the bolts without unsettling it. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That's it. The tug twister's loose. Let's hope it turned the grabbing hand into a helping hand, too. A new day's here. Might not be so many left. He believed the tug twister would do the trick, but now realizes brute force won't do the trick. You need something slick.
Uliana.
Well, he means slick as in greasy, so you can lube the hinges of the lid. He can't argue against the fact your fur's shiny. He says the lid should open if you sprinkle grease it. Problem is, he's all out. He knows his old friend Choo-Choo always keeps his grease sprinklers well filled. He should have an extra that you can borrow. He stresses that you should come back as soon as you've retrieved the grease sprinkler. The merc puff is crunching bark by the minute. It's big enough to make waves beneath the surface, and that's a challenge in itself. But it also has a hard shell, so you need to target its head. He's convinced the tracks are like the paths our lives take, and you must deal with the outcome, even if you didn't lay them yourself. This time, though, he was sidetracked and needs a new wing nut to get back on track. Wing nuts are easy to find, as they're fitted on any in-front chugga-chugga out there. The challenge is taking them off, so he's happy you're here to do it for him. Says you're just like he used to be, a one-track mind, but going the right way. Someone has to end this plague before it's too late. The Wingnut Chug Tunnel. It goes on forever. Quick end. Every day comes with a new chance to save the world. Good hit. Ooh-wee, that's biohazard. Pick your path carefully by whatever you can see. Choo-Choo says he knew you'd come through. If someone makes a stop at your station, it's for a good reason, but he understands no one gets their tracks greased for free. He'd be happy to part with his spare grease sprinkler, as he believes it's a great fit for any of your business that needs to be unstuck. He keeps it safe in a box on the handcart, in case of emergency. It's on the cart. He wants to keep it close by. In general, you won't have much time to act in case of an emergency. Choo-Choo says you should help yourself to the grease sprinkler. It's a versatile tool from the bygone, a last of its kind, so don't let it go to waste. He's convinced you'll put it to good use, as there are lots of stuckies out there that need greasing to open. Seems glad you think so. You're on the right rail. Choo-Choo says he can't wait to get out of this place. Says talking to you was interesting. You shouldn't worry about smashing up the box. Choo-Choo has no use for it now. Choo-Choo says he feels strongly about helping his next, just like you did for him. He's convinced there was a bigger reason you met. Sometimes the wrong train will take you to the right place. He believes you've got what it takes to make a difference. He's witnessed it himself. Says he can't see the end of your rails, but if you grease them up good, he hopes you'll enjoy an easier ride. Choo-Choo says he's ready to pack up and leave. Says there's a world eater to the northwest in the water. Happy you're no longer so shy. Good to have you working to help out. Says talking to you was interesting. Choo-Choo says he's ready to pack up and leave. We'll be around when you return. Wiz says that there's no plan to confront the Merkpuff until the octopod is properly armed. He's happy to tell you that the cannon he's been working on now just needs ammunition. He says his old friend Boom makes all things that go bang. There's a rumor that some of Boom's pyro sticks shot off and are out there roaming free. You should keep an eye on the horizon for pyros. If you're fast, you have a shot at catching some of them before they go off. Boom has named the place Puff Duff Bluff. It sounds silly, but it's an accurate description considering most of the pyros are duds, seeing as they're as old as the old world. Bring on the night. What a wonderful day! That looks like an unbanged pyro stick on the loose. Better catch it before it goes off. The pyro sticks will cause a bang, but targeting is on you. At least now you have a chance to hurt the Merc Puff where it counts. He hopes so, as there's no Plan B, or more correctly, Plan C. Out of Date has named this Plan B. Plan A was to take on the World Eaters by foot, or flaps in this case. Turns out swimming down there was a bad idea. Wiz has been working on another cannon, but instead of pyro sticks, it squirts guppos, scaly distractions for anyone with an appetite disorder, and irresistible for the Merc Puff in particular. Seems the best way to find guppos is go talk to Gil. He has a natural sonar and knows where the guppos sub the surf. This means you'll have to go visit Gil at Burblebottom. Find Gil and he'll be able to tell you where to find the guppos.
Miravam estamat karado.
Guppos are lively beings, and they're fast too. They're here, there, and everywhere. Or at least they used to be. His friend Wiz needs Guppos for one reason or another, and Gil is ready to point you in the right direction. But here, you're only going to find dead ones. He's pretty sure Wiz wants them alive. Well, at least the ones that aren't already rotting. If you head in the right direction, you'll find a clean enough bit of surf to snag yourself some Guppos. Then you can get them to Wiz for whatever he has in mind. Helping both you and Wiz makes him double happy. Take the environment in and enjoy it while it lasts. Don't worry too much about how dangerous it can be here. That ain't bad. This is Guppy Grotto. You're a long way from the sun. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That paid off. The right key could open this. Can't find better than this. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Top-notch finish to this one. Just a few moves left. Make them count. I don't think you could make a home here. That seems to be enough guppos to provide the octopod with infinite ammunition. He's surprised the Merc Puff's been able to hold its breath all this time. It's just another proof of the evolutionary change caused by Toxanol's contamination. Being undersurf has meant the Merc Puff has been left alone to munch on the root down there undisturbed. This means the northwest route has suffered more damage than the others. He's sure there's enough time to confront the Merc Puff, but he worries if the world has enough years left to last his lifetime, even if you stop the World Eaters. That was the last of them. You've sealed the fate of the tribe and the tree. It's time for the end game. You have your destiny. Follow it all the way back to Out of Date. He never told anyone about what's next, but he's sure it involves you. Just continue to stay true to yourself and respect others whatever happens. You've become their pride, the guiding light of the tribe. It's time to return to the tree one last time. Nothing like a story with an unexpected ending. Wiz knows it's the same old, but he likes talking to you. Says talking to you was interesting. Talks about how it didn't used to be so dark at night. The end of the world means the end of light, too. Without light to guide the way, they keep getting lost out on the goo. Could you restart the Lumen Tower so they can find their way at night again? Claims it's out on the coast, so they can see it from the goo, of course. Says to head toward the goo and look up at the sky. Can't miss it. Once you find the Lumen Tower, climb inside and get the lights started back up. Easy, right? Can't wait until they can glide the goo by night again. Says they'd all love you for it. Don't let the day pass you by. Get the rhythm going well. One arm, then the other. Pumping good. Looking better. can see that lumen tower from forever away. Ah, plastic scrap like that always... You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Wow, there's the Lumen Tower. In the old times, they used it to warn off goo floaters in the dark, but it's got a wilder secret now. Wonder what you could make with that. The antenna needs to be pointed in the right direction. As the iBox broadcasts, it's hit or miss, but when it does hit, it's usually right in the feels.
Cofintra Bidwitchen. Cofintra Bidwitchen.
Spin the lumen lamp at the top of the tower, and it shows you a secret place. Neat. You illuminated that secret cave over there. Wonder what's in it. Ready to ride. The dark time's finishing for now. Made it count. Feel that brisk breeze? Put a key to use. That's so well built. At least you're not coming out of this empty-handed. Close encounter. Turn the radionics knob to find the right frequency. Even the birds have a hard time getting higher than the mountains. Says you'll get a special price and a wrap-up on the double. Wouldn't be so... Asks you... Heroes make for the best stories. It's up to you if you want to be one. Let's see. Yes, some e-waste for you.